Now, I couldn't miss the opportunity to show you around the ID.Polo GTI. This is a big deal for Volkswagen and for GTI fans. This is the first fully electric GTI. It was previewed as a concept a couple of years ago, and I could find no issues with the design, and I'm pleased to report that seems to have been completely translated into this pretty much production-ready car that we've got here. It's in silver, which is an interesting choice because it's not really a traditional GTI colour, but I think it works and it highlights a lot of the red bits, particularly on the front. So we've got this full-width light bar at the back, GTI logo in the middle. We can even open the boot, I think, on this car. So a high load floor, but all this space down here for your cables. So that's a pretty practical car. Folding rear seats. No exhaust pipes, but we've got this shaped sort of diffuser area. The wheels, I don't see what they've been influenced by in the GTI's history, but they're nice wheels. We won't be too offended by those, even though they're diamond cut there. GTI logo down here, which is a bit cleaner place to put it than on the doors like on the modern Golf. And we've got this big chunky sill extension. Golf 8, I think, door handles there pretty much. Black mirror casings. This car's got a full-length fixed pan roof on it, so it gives you the contrast roof, which works well with the other black bits on the car. At the front, though, this is where it's unmistakably GTI. So we've got the red stripe, red badge, probably a light bar with a VW logo glowing there. We've got these red fangs down here as well. But if you stand back and look at it, this is really important. The stance of the car looks like a GTI should. So if you come down the side of it and see where the wheels are, okay, they're set in for aerodynamic efficiency, which affects range, but it looks good. And I think the ride height's better than, say, the Alpine version of the Renault 5, which looks like an SUV. We don't have wheel arch cladding on this car. It's just a clean side profile, no mouldings as well. Let's have a look inside now, because this is really important. Now, you probably know I'm not a big fan of modern Volkswagen interiors, and to be honest, it's a bit dark in here to make out the plastic quality perfectly, but the bits I can feel and touch are really impressive. So we've got this trim, which seems to be inspired by the Edition 50 seats. It's a very coarse fabric, which I really like a lot. We've got fake leather on the edges, red stitching, and fake leather around the back, fake leather on the center armrest. The door cards are nice as well. So we've got Alcantara with the GTI badge and some red stitching and ambient lighting. Ambient lighting on the dash, more Alcantara. This is a revelation. This is fabric, a very coarse hop sack fabric, which really does look and feel fantastic. We've got the big screen you know and love or hate from Golf 8.5. This is a little bit cheap, but I don't think it's anything worse than what we've seen on other cars recently. These are lovely though. So we have some physical controls here, even on this entry-level electric Volkswagen with knurling, and we've got AC, some basic functions for AC there. So the rest of it will be in the dash. Got a volume knob here as well. Look at that. Volume knobs are back. Front center armrest. We've got a sort of Cortex steering wheel, which is square. I wouldn't call it flat bottom as such. It's got some buttons on it, but they're very tactile buttons. So they're not haptic, and they're not just a carryover from the Golf. Glowing VW logo in the middle, and we have stalks that look a bit ID3. We've got a smaller screen in the middle, but it's still a decent size. The bit I like a lot though is the door release. So where's the door release? There's nothing clunky in the door here. Look at this knurled lever that you pull. That is design magic. A nice design feature is the Volta di Silva inspired hidden door release. So this was first used, I think, on an Alfa Romeo back in the 90s, and it keeps the car's lines really clean, and it's actually quite tactile. So, and the doors feel really solid. And then in the back, we're in my driving position in this smallest electric Volkswagen. I've got to say, it's super comfy. This seat is tilted back a lot, so ignore that. But this seat's definitely in my driving position. There's a fair bit of headroom, though you wouldn't want to wear a hat. Yeah, I cannot wait to drive this new electric Polo GTI. Matt Saunders from Autocar has already been lucky enough to get behind the wheel of an ID.Polo GTI, and by all accounts he was very impressed, calling it a proper GTI. And for a change, this first drive wasn't on smooth German tarmac or a test track. it was actually on the mountain roads near the South Wales town of Crickhowell, which are the perfect proving ground for a GTI. Performance-wise, it appears to be there or thereabouts the same as the ID.Polo GTI superseding. It's a little bit down on torque, which is surprising because it's an electric car and they're normally full of torque, but I'm sure the torque spread is wider. It's quite a bit up on power though. It's got 226 metric horsepower versus 207 of the ICE car. And 0 to 62 time is 0.3 of a second slower than the ICE car at 6.8 seconds. Now, assuming the ID.Polo GTI goes on sale here in the UK at the predicted £34,000 asking price, its main rival in the market will be the Alpine A290 in base GT Plus specification, which is exactly the same, £34,000. However, when it comes to small hot hatch EV top trumps, the Alpine is quite a bit behind the Polo GTI. For a start, 0 to 62 time is 0.6 seconds slower at 7.4 seconds. Its range is less at 234 versus 260, and power is less as well, quite significantly, just 180 metric horsepower for the Alpine versus 226 for the ID.Polo GTI. However, the A290 does fight back because its sustainability credentials are superior to those of the ID.Polo GTI, and as a result it's eligible for the maximum 3,750 government electric car grants. The ID.Polo GTI still gets £1,500 from the government, but the result of this is that you can actually upgrade to the next model up, A290, the GT Performance Plus, and you're only paying a little bit more than you would do for the ID.Polo GTI. And yes, you're getting a little bit less power, but I think it's a far closer match than the base model, and you'd have to sort of draw down and look at the spec and what you get for your money to decide which one you prefer. Me personally, I prefer the looks of the ID.Polo GTI. As I said earlier in the video, I don't like the sort of high riding wheel arch clad looks of the A290, but it's great to have the choice. For me though, the biggest rival for the ID.Polo GTI is the Mark 8.5 Golf GTI 265. This entry-level GTI has all the performance you need for the road. It's very practical, it's very efficient, it should hold its value really well, and it's currently subject to a £7,000 discount if you order through Drive the Deal, which means it's just £34,000 on the road. Anyway guys, thanks for watching this Volkswagen video. Keep subscribing, keep commenting, see you for the next one very soon.